Hey everyone, this is Domina Mara, and today I would like to talk about bad luck because yes, Doms also have bad luck. However, before I get to that, I would like to give you guys a bit of news. First of all, I would like to always thank my new followers on YouTube. You're welcome. I talk about instances in my life that involve kink and well-being and the thought processes that I have as a female dominatrix. I would also like to thank my new Twitter and Instagram subscribers for following me and retweeting and reposting my content with credit. As for travel, September 5 to 7, I will be in the Inland Empire. If I don't edit this video in time, well, I was in the Inland Empire, and usually I take foot sessions or cash meets, which is me going with you to an ATM after retaining a deposit and you hand me your finances. And then also, if you have more time, I do basic impact and a bunch of role-playing scenes and anything else that can be found on my fetish list on my website. Okay, so bad luck. I had an amazing birthday last month of August, and I don't know what happened, but right after that, I don't know if it's because I had too many good things, like the universe was like, okay, now you gotta have some bad things to humble yourself a little bit. I was like, I was already humbled and full of gratitude by all of the gifts that people were giving me. Like, what do you want? But things happen because they're supposed to happen, and this taught me a lot of patience. So in August, I actually had 5 cancellations of sessions the entire month. And they were all legitimate excuses. And these are from people who don't usually have excuses, who don't cancel, who don't usually reschedule often. The first one was somebody who wanted to schedule a dinner and then a play date. But unfortunately, his cousin got cervical cancer, so he had to go visit her in the hospital and take care of her. And it's like, well, okay, yeah, sending her good vibes. And the second guy, his brother was moving to San Diego, so he had to help physically move him there, which is also legitimate. I feel like people do all these things during the summer anyway, so it's like, okay. Then my female sub had seizures, and then that kind of disrupted her nerves. And I usually tie her in rope, and so I couldn't do that either because rope obviously goes on nerves and pressure points as well. So that was a bust. My fourth one was a dinner that is with a potential client. He's seen me before for dinner and has called me on my night flirt to talk about sessions over the phone, which you can do at nightflirt.com/DominaMara. He had to cancel last minute because there were scheduling conflicts, so okay. And then lastly, I met somebody at Foot Night, SFV, the San Fernando Valley one, and he had to cancel his session because he works in IT and he had to take care of the servers that evening. So it's just a lot of obstacles that were in the way that kind of were unfortunate. And I have a whole list that I wrote out of things that happened to me that I'm going to be referring to because the rest of this page happened in one freaking week. So this past week, the last week of August into September. So speaking of foot sessions, the next foot night that I was going to be attending was going to be in the Inland Empire because Sanctuary, the dungeon, was going to be opening a space there. Turns out some things have gone wrong. They can no longer open at this time. I was supposed to actually do rentals from them while I was going to be in the Inland Empire. That way I can promote myself, have a dungeon space, and anybody who's interested in kink there, I will be on their radar. There's an airport there, so I was hoping to have some pilots that I could play with, especially during roleplay. But even if you aren't a pilot, or if you'd like to pretend you were a pilot, I will be there. I am also now, because of all those cancellations, I am now being strict about taking deposits before every session. No matter who you are, no matter how many times I've seen you, some of those people who have scheduled those dinners or the sessions with me already deposited. That will roll over to the next time that they reschedule to see me. But until then, I retain that. And so it just gives a person more incentive to only reschedule if they really need to. Another thing about travel is I would love to go to New Orleans for the DomCon happening there. However, in the beginning of August, I was invited as a special guest because I work in the industry, and I went and attended the DomCon LA. And unfortunately, they're going to get back to me in a few weeks. That would be mid-September, and DomCon NOLA is happening October 4 to 7, which means I have very little time to book. But this is an opportunity for those of you who are in the East Coast who would love to attend a kink seminar, a weekend seminar to educate yourself on different aspects of kink and fetish, and to meet me or to even session with me. I am now taking deposits, and you can apply through my website using the RSVP form or copying and pasting your answers into email at mara@dominamara.org. If I get at least one session per day that I am there, I'm probably going to be there from October 4 to October 8, then I will go no matter what. So, incentive for you on the East Coast. So, I got into a little bit of a shock this week because, speaking of DomCon NOLA, there is a submissive who approached me through Twitter about possibly going and doing a 3-hour session and dining with me while I stayed in New Orleans. And I was like, cool, that'd be great. It would pay for my trip, it would pay for my ticket, it would pay for anything else that I would need, transportation, whatever, while I'm there. And one dinner. But he was being really wishy-washy about a screening process. He gave me 2 dom names, but didn't want to give me their information. Said one of them was inactive and the other one didn't know if she wanted him to serve anybody else. And I was like, okay, that sounds like BS, but whatever. I told him, I was like, look, I am available on Night Flirt from Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. usually, Pacific Standard Time. Give me a call so we can talk about this stuff and arrange stuff on there. And he never did. And then I gave him one more chance because I was like, look, if this guy really wants to see me, he'll go through the process. And I was like, you can also submit 50% of the deposit of what I've already calculated of my expenses to my gift rocket or whatever else that I've sent to him. He had all of my information, never did it. So you know what? I ended up talking to a dom that he constantly retweeted. And I was like, hi, I just wanted to ask if this guy is a time waster and if I should pay any attention to him, or, if you received any monetary tributes from him previously, etc., etc. And she said, small stuff, $10 to $15 worth of gift cards every now and then, blah, 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 blah. She then goes to ask him if he referenced her to me, and then comes back and tells me it's in poor form for me to assume that he gave her any money because he retweeted her. And I was like, look, I did my research. There's nothing else I could do. Before I block this guy, though, I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, so I am asking you. She was like, it's not my problem. So beware of these instant doms who are in front of a camera the entire day, who make these video clips and have never seen or experienced a session in their entire life in person. It's very different being in real time, and every dom that I have interacted with in person, 99% of them know the business and they give me references, because that's what we do. That's how we vouch for each other. We talk to each other so that we stay safe and we don't end up sessioning with a crazy person. So I blocked her too because I was like, you are a waste of my time as well, and you're unfriendly. This week is Labor Day weekend. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet with a photographer that I've shot with in San Francisco, but luckily I am able to reschedule with him and possibly shoot in November when I head up to San Francisco. So keep a lookout for that. Sign up for my newsletter if you want to see where I'm traveling to. If you have suggestions on the cities that you are located in, just send me an email telling me that you're interested. And if you send deposits, if I get enough people to send deposits, I will go to your city. I love traveling, and that will help me start my official US tour. So, an associate of mine is coming back from a trip. I mentioned her in my previous video about pleasure test, but she was a switch at the time. She is now mainly dominant, and we were going to do double domination with one of my clients, but he has been so busy that he can't make that commitment anymore. But if you guys are interested in two lovely Asian dominants and would like to session with us in LA, she is going to be back September 9 to the 23rd. So write to me and I can help set that up with you and talk to you and go through the process about payment and dates and setting that up. So those are all the things that happened to me the past week. It's a lot of stuff. I want to just tell you like a little ritualistic thing that I did. I have a bunch of crystals in my room that I just like sat down with myself one day. I was just like, keep me pure in what I do. I am looking at BDSM in a very and well-intended form, and I hope that translates to every single session that I do and to everybody that I interact with. So I just set my intentions. I burned a piece of Palo Santo wood, and I just was like, all right, recharge, re-energize, and go. That's how I dealt with all of this bad luck. I also am dealing by just accepting the situations and, you know, keeping in touch with all my clients still, even if they can't make it now, you know, say it's okay. I'm still available XYZ dates if you want to have dinner or if you want to talk about future sessions, let me know. I also have a photo set that is coming out this month, September, and it's going to have a flogger in it. It's going to be a good transition into fall, so look out for that. Floggers are my favorite implement, so you'll be seeing that soon. And yeah, if you like this video, you know what to do. Click the like button. Turn on notifications so that you know when my next video comes out. That's the little bell down below, or it looks like this. And follow, subscribe, and comment if you've had bad luck at any point during the summer or now that it's stressful and it's back to school or back to work time. Comment your stresses out down below and I will read them. I will catch you next time. Be safe and have fun. Oh, these are also my videos that I have, so go watch those next.